Welcome back to another cleaning. My name is Nolan. This is Black Diamond Services. Decided to do something a little different and talk over this video after the cleaning. So I have a smaller house in Oakdale, California that I am servicing. As you can see, I am vacuuming the start, and I did move this little end table right here, or nightstand. And what I did, which you will see later on, because normally we put some styrofoam blocks underneath the legs here if you clean it, so that way moisture doesn't get to it. But this is an elderly lady's house, and I did not want her to have to worry about trying to remove the styrofoam blocks. So what I did, which you won't see in the video, but I basically cleaned that area later on and then dry passed it really well, took off the hose from the wand, and went ahead and did a bunch of dry passes over with direct vacuum to the carpet. That way I could put that nightstand back where it belongs without the carpet being wet at all, so we don't risk any transfer from the wood's finish, and then that way she doesn't have to worry about removing blocks later on. So I figured that would be a good idea since it was literally the only item she wanted moved. And so I just went ahead and dried it out really well before putting it back. But in this job, as you can see, I am vacuuming the closet. It's just a master bedroom and then a hallway that kind of leads out towards the front of the home. So not super soiled. There's just a few areas, one coming from the kitchen down the hallway to the master bedroom and the entry to the garage. Otherwise, this job wasn't bad. There was no pets in the house, no stains, just a little worn in this area right here because the bathroom is to the right of me at the moment. And so decent amount of stuff came out, not a ton. She says she does vacuum once a week, but we are in an ag area, so there's tons of dust always around us. So this is the kitchen entry right here. This is that one spot I was saying, and then of course to the bathroom, hall bathroom here, that was the most soiled and showed the most carpet wear. I also informed this client that her carpet was loose. There's an area up against the wall in the hallway where the carpet is loose from the tack strip. So when something like that happens, or when you're pushing the wand forward, typically you will notice the carpet may start to look like it's buckling. And if that's the case, if you're new to carpet cleaning, you want to stop and go inform the client that their carpet is in fact loose, and that when you clean it, sometimes it can expand while it's damp and show those ripples in the hallway. And if that happens, then the only way to solve it is to have the carpet re-stretched. So I don't remember the exact amount of years she said this carpet was, but I believe at least 5 years around there that since it was installed. So depending on the carpet type and the quality that you purchased, it is quite possible that the primary and secondary backing has become weak a little bit, and it's caused the carpet to stretch out and become loose. So re-stretching the carpet and sending it back down on the tack strips is going to be the way you fix it. Now there are some cases where the install wasn't all that great, so if you're seeing this early on, it could very well be an install issue. And if it happens within the first year, I would definitely recommend calling the installer and asking them what the deal is. But if you did buy super cheap carpet, like we like to call contractor grade carpet, because it's just the stuff that gets thrown in unless it's upgraded, those have a tendency to be weak quicker because the primary and secondary backing isn't as thick or built, as sturdy, and it doesn't take a whole lot of traffic for it to start showing. I've had installers tell me about it, and a little local one here in Oakdale where we're at, Abbey Carpets, have shown me, and I've gone out to a job and seen it firsthand that they installed. Nothing wrong with the install. It was just the cheapest carpet you can purchase, and unfortunately it's not built very tough and it weakened out. So now we're into the extraction. So all the areas like right around here, that was the bathroom entry and the master, kind of needed 2 passes roughly. It just kind of depends on the area. Like I said in other videos, I do not film every single little thing that I do in the videos, just the main, the main steps of everything, so you guys could see the cleaning. But a lot of times I do go back over certain areas if I feel like it needs more. One thing I am doing is paying attention to the sight glass that's on the top of the wand head, and you can see what's coming through and if it needs an additional cleaning pass over it or if it's going to be okay. So before I started this video, I did clean the opposite direction towards the bathroom. That way I can get those edges better, because then you have the 4 jets of the wand up on the edge of that carpet. And in some cases I will go ahead and do a side swipe next to it as well, just to kind of get a 2-direction clean in those really rough areas, especially if it's showing more soil. So that way I could see if it's still soiled or if it is in fact, the fiber's wearing out, because it's a main walking point and pivoting point coming out of the room. You pivot your feet to turn either left or right, and those fibers are naturally going to break down sooner. So sometimes it's just best to go both directions on those. And I did actually Scotch guard this carpet. I asked them if they'd like that, because they had no desire to change out the carpet anytime soon, so I suggested we apply it, and so that's what I did prior to raking the carpet. And now the job is just about done. But yeah, I haven't done any talking over a video like this in quite a while, where I'm actually using a little microphone and telling you guys about the job and some things that I watch out for, and that way hopefully you guys can learn something new. But this is just something I don't get really a whole lot of time to do between the work schedule and everything else. So I had some free time today, so I figured I'd do this on a video, and maybe I might be able to do one more that will be posted probably after this one. So if you like what you've seen, or you have questions, anything like that, I try my best to answer everybody in the comment section. So if you'd like to ask any questions about our cleaning process, the chemistry we use, anything like that, I'm happy to answer it. And typically, if you're on YouTube, I try and add the cleaning agents that I did utilize for this job in the description. Or there's this feature that I hadn't seen with the stuff before until pretty recently, where it shows it underneath the video, I think near the comments, the products, suggested products, I think is what it's called. And if it's available, I try and link those there as well, so you can definitely check them out. But if you use my link, there's going to be a discount code in the description. It's capital NOL at checkout, and you should get a little discount depending on the size of the order you place. So if you're new to Truck Mount Forums and you want to try out their chemistry, completely up to you, but you can use that discount code at checkout and get yourself a little break on the price. And in that link in the description will be all the stuff that I mainly use from them. There are some products I use from other companies as needed, but for the most part, when you're seeing a carpet cleaning video, it is Truck Mount Forums cleaning agents. So you can basically get everything off there. Even the truck mount I used on this job is in there as well. So if you're looking to get a big heavy duty machine that does an awesome job and can allow you to do pretty much any job you get put in front of you, that's the one I would suggest. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.